Out of all the film projects you've worked on with me, one, I want to ask you what your personal favorite is, both either experience wise or just you like the finished product of it. You know what I mean? Or and then the second was going to be, what's the strangest one?
Oh, well, that's easy. It's the dog one.
Well, let's go to the first question.
That's good. What was the most satisfying? I think it's actually the same movie, unfortunately, but it was the shoot the day at that guy's house.
Oh, like the 12-hour shoot where we shot like all the Bobo scenes.
That was just so much fun.
It was.
We're all just buddies hanging out
all day long. Like we went to Five Guys together on the way there.
Yeah.
Drove to Hampstead, all of us in the car. And
yeah, it was just a really fun day. And there's so many rare days that you get to like hang out with all your buddies and do something like that.
Yeah.
I will really cherish that day in particular. I think it was for the same movie.
Yeah, it was. It was like one of the first things we shot for it.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that too, because I typically don't do those like really big shooting days, but it was like, it's all on location, and
we got to shoot guns. We almost killed Jack.
Yeah. Yeah. Was it you or Matt?
I think it was
that said something. I think
Matt figured it out.
Yeah.
Matt figured it out. Matt was like, I think that's loaded.
Yeah. No. I'm pretty sure. So it was Jack pointing it at Matt, and I'm pretty sure you're the one that said, I'm pretty sure that's loaded.
Holy shit.
So this is an interesting little factoid here.
Okay.
So my 5-hour movie, which I yap about quite a bit, there's a scene.
For as long as the movie is.
Yeah. There's a scene where Jack is playing around with a gun. And he's got all these real guns laid out on the bed, because the guy whose house we were shooting at, his name was William, he had all these guns. He's like, do you want to use these? I was like, fuck yeah.
It was awesome. I got to shoot guns off the porch.
Yeah, we shot a gun with a silencer just off the back.
He was a good old boy.
Yeah.
He was a good old boy. We cooked hot dogs and everything.
Yeah. I brought the Costco hot dogs, and I ate like 20 of them at the end of the shoot. Do you remember when we were cleaning up at the end? I was just gulping down hot dogs.
We're pounding hot dogs, drinking water, and shooting guns off the porch at like 8 p.m.
Right.
It's like, hell yeah.
We made that frozen pizza too.
Yeah.
And the one guy that doesn't like frozen pizza, Jake, that we had, he was like, I'll do it for the movie.
Yeah, that was a good day. So the gun.
Yeah. Yeah, so we had that it was a revolver that Jack was mostly playing with, and there's a point in the movie where he's just like pretending to like point it at Matt, and like as if he's gonna shoot him, but he's not really. And he kept pointing at him, and then as we were doing this take, Zack, who was doing sound,
that's right. I was doing sound that day.
Yeah,
that's right.
And well, I mean, we would switch off, because some scenes you were in, it was just whoever was not in the scene would take sound. And just like very early into us shooting that and him pointing at him, Zack just kind of like goes, I think that one's loaded. Because didn't you and maybe Matt or you and someone else watched William pull out the guns and lay them on the bed, and you watched him unload them?
Yeah.
And you just remembered, I don't think he unloaded that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it dawned on me. It just kind of...
Yeah. I mean, super fucking lucky. Yeah. I mean, I definitely have the raw footage where we can hear you saying,
holy crap.
Yeah, I think that one's loaded.
Oh my God. Yeah. That'd be wild to watch. I would love to watch. I've always had this dream of gathering all of the peeps together and watching the outtakes, the cutscene stuff, like when we watch the Sherbies and the outtake thing, I would love if we got to go and get a big screen and throw it up in Crow or somewhere, and just get in there and laugh our asses off. It's the horrible stuff that we made and said and did,
right,
and we can't do anymore because everything's bad for saying and doing.
Well, I think that we can because I've been wanting to cut the bloopers for Shit Show and I have them like primed and like ready to go to do that. So that's probably going to be a thing.
Like almost, I mean, jokingly, but like a red carpet event. I mean, quiet. Ask Amy or something, maybe like a private thing. Come on out.
Yeah, like we did your birthday party.
Yeah. Like, come on out for the bloopers of all time. See yourself as you don't want to see yourself ever again.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so weirdest shoot the strangest project.
Oh God,
it's probably the same project, just different scene.
Yeah. Weirdest was definitely, or my least enjoyable weirdest was the poop, eating the poop.
Like the whole dinner at Dave DeMuro's house.
Yeah. That was a lot.
Oh wait, or no, was it when we were at Brian and Joe's house and you were like scooping it off Matt and like putting it in the Tupperware?
The Tupperware.
And you were like smelling it. And
yeah.
Acting like
the
you
dinner
were into
it was just weird.
Yeah.
It was just like, this is weird.
I was
and I did like
it with my shirt off.
Yeah.
I was just losing my mind at that point. I was almost done with the movie and I was just trying to make things stranger.
Oh God. I mean, the dinner was just odd. I did that weird dance or something. I did some weird. Yeah, it was just strange.
What did you think? Like, just as
like,
that project kept rolling out.
None of this makes sense. In my mind, it still doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many times you explain it to me. It makes little to no sense.
And then when you watched it, when you went to the premiere, what were you thinking?
Oh my God. I like, why are we spending 5 minutes zooming in on a blade of grass in the mud, in the rain, listening to like Stained or whatever music was the backing track for that, like push into rain mud. And then it's like, there were so many spots in that movie. You're like, am I on a crazy trip? Like, what the fuck is happening?
It's very psychedelic.
Yeah, like the colors and and then we're back to seeing the guys, and Johnny Gray is like a socket in his butt or something.
Yeah, zooming in as Johnny Gray's butthole was really.
Dude, I remember that happened to me. It's like you mugged us.
Yeah,
it's like you jumped us. Because I remember like, oh.
Yeah, I remember the whole theater that was there at that point.
Yeah, I closed my eyes after that because I saw it, and then I didn't realize that you kept zooming in. You wouldn't let us. You wouldn't let go of us at that point because I remember opening my eyes and like, oh,
it's just there but closer.
Oh God! And at the end, everyone's crawling around in diapers and stuff. Like, I just none of that connected for me in my head.
Yeah.
I don't know. Addison's character was mean in one of those. It wasn't the Jerbies. It was that other thing. It was when they were R-wording around.
Are you talking about where he played my like autistic son in the Chris Spike story?
Yeah,
he wasn't mean. I was mean to him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That was a weird one.
It was a really offensive portrayal of a retarded person. And that was, and oh my God, and that. I wish I would have talked about this with Tyler Wood a little bit. I definitely, when I have Addison on, I'll talk to him about it. But casting that role was so fucking funny because at first I wanted to ask Tyler to do it. And immediately, I remember it was like sitting out back, like Tyler was out back at Crow. And, Tyler was the one I was talking to about it. And then Billy Rain was nearby. And I told Tyler, I was like, so I want you to play my retarded son. And then he's like, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. And I was just like,
oh, good old fun Billy Rain.
And I was like, all right. And then Billy over here is like, I'll do it. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, man. Fuck yeah. Send me the script. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, word. So I finish up the script and I send it to Billy. And then like later that day or the next day, I miss his call and he leaves me a voicemail. I probably still have the voicemail. And he's like, hey man, just read the script. I wasn't expecting that. That's a little much. That's a little too far. Great. And then I was like, damn it. And I was like, well, who the fuck can I get? And I was like, Addison. He does not give a fuck.
No, he does not.
Yeah.
He lives up to that phrase.
Yes, he does not give a fuck. And I was like, why did I not ask him first? And I'm so glad I ended up getting him, because my direction to him was, I want you to play my retarded son, and I want you to do it in a way that is absolutely inappropriate and offensive. However, also real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, no, I've seen it that severe before. That is real, but man, you really shouldn't be doing that. You really shouldn't be portraying it that way.
I also loved. See, you have to remind me if it was the same project. Bishop, we were at Kate's house, and
That's the 5-hour movie. Was it the Triangle Home? And
Triangle Home.
Lipstick and the wig on.
Oh my God. That was a really fun day.
You were negging him on about getting short loins out of the grown man.
Yeah, the grown man. Kate was on set. Former ex. Shouts. That was a really fun day for your boy. I had a very good time.
I heard.
Yeah.
You're getting your dick wet.
I know. I got around. Was it third base? Third base that day.
Yeah, like while we were shooting in the other room.
Literally, yeah. You guys are shooting, and I'm shooting.
Very small house, by the way.
Very small house, by the way. Yeah. I told you, we just gotta be quiet. Little insight to another film. There's my insight.
Wow.
So behind the scenes.